Morning, guys. That's to the east. Sun's been trying to come up for about a half hour now. Can hear and see, feel stuff brewing up there. It's gonna be one of those days. That would be to the north there. Most of our storms roll around us and go north. Sorry about the rude ducks. We're separating mamas from babies. The mamas are just teaching them to run from us and steal dog food and pack puppies. So mamas have been taken away. Anyway, this would be to our west. And that's where it's all coming from. Hey, you guys out west, are you sending us this shit? Asking for a friend. I mean, it's beautiful. I do love a good rainy day. But not in tornado season in the flatlands. So hopefully, that big nasty one right there will rain on us and move along. Anyway, guys, yeah, I was thinking we might just sit and watch it for a bit. See for some lightning. I don't know. I do know that looks nasty. It's actually way darker than my camera's making it look right now. I might chill out here for a minute and try to get some lightning. I am actually under the pine tree now. Can't even feel the rain. Just gonna look out across the field. Can't see them from here today with the fields planted, but there's a whole row of wind turbines over there about where that clump of trees is, just behind there. I always find it interesting that the wind turbine farms, watched a lot of videos about those, and I've yet to ever see anything or read or hear anything about wind turbine farms getting struck by lightning. I find that a little odd. I'm not like suspicious of everything, but it's kind of hard for me to ignore certain things. Knowing what I know about geoengineering, and we just missed a heck of a good lightning strike. Weather modification and such things. I personally don't think it's any accident that those big giant fans, windmills, don't get struck by lightning. I know they could control a lot of the weather that they do or don't, and we'd be better off if they didn't. Fuck with the weather. I don't know. I don't like it. Let nature take its course. Man should stay out of it. I had an interesting conversation with my father. You guys who are regulars know he's 91. Kind of a bit of a narcissist, I guess, in all reality. Kind of a controlling, never ever be abusive in a physical way. He can be mentally and just a little bit verbally abusive. But interesting conversation with him the other day. Like these clouds. We were talking about GMO vegetables. He will not buy anything but GMO garden stuff. He was talking to me about tomatoes and the size of the tomatoes and how many different breeds they had. I couldn't tell you guys. It's just ridiculous how many breeds of tomatoes they have. And I don't want to give wrong information, and I forget things, especially when my mind is a cluster F-U-C-K. But I just looked at him and I said, isn't it a little bit sad to you that we today, us people, will never ever know what God's original tomato tasted like? He looked at me and he kind of had a pondering look for a second, and he looked over and he said, yeah, it was probably a little tiny puny thing like this, and he held his hand up in a circle about the size of a 50-cent piece. And I didn't even have to think on it. I just had disgust go through my mind. And I looked at him and I said, or they could have been the most gigantic, juicy tomatoes you could imagine. And man has turned them into all different things, including cherry tomatoes, in which it takes 3 or 4 times the amount of, you know. I mean, if you know anything about the real world and the big companies and how they all work together to make their millions, yeah, the more tomatoes you buy, the better. You know, they don't want a person going and growing a tomato. Let's just say, I'm going to guess, I bought a 1.5 pound tomato the other day and it cost me over $3. It was garden grown by the Amish. I was hoping for lightning. I'm sorry guys, it's boring, but 1.5 pounds. Now, I don't believe that people that want to make money on the common people are going to give you the biggest and the best. They like you to come back. They're not going to encourage you to buy a plant that is going to give you a tomato that's big enough to make 4 people a BLT. You get what I'm saying? They want you to go buy that whole little bag of Roma tomatoes or, you know, whatever. You get what I'm saying. But it saddened me because I was brought up very religious, mostly by my mother. My father, he would go to church with us, but he didn't have much interest. And growing up with parents like that, it was kind of heartbreaking for me to realize that he thinks man can create something better than God. What a shame. What an absolute shame. I know the truth. First of all, they don't want us to enjoy the real gifts from the Lord. That's why they change everything. That's why they hybrid everything. They try to do it to everything. Shoot, they don't even want you to know he exists. A couple more years, nobody will. Only a few of the older people. Children aren't being taught about him. Being taken out of school, being taken out of everything. They pretty much already got it to where kids don't even know, never even heard of Jesus. If so, it was from a movie. It's a sad world, guys. I don't think I don't have my happy moments. I do. I do, but I don't ignore the ugliness going on around me. If you ignore it, it creeps up on you and taps you on the shoulder and you're not ready for it. I'm not that kind of person. Those are all the babies wanting out. They do make some cute little sounds. Anyway, guys, I just thought it would be nice to chat a little bit, watching the clouds. I suppose I'll let you go, and we'll be stopping by to chat here in a day or so. Have a great day, guys.